Hello everyone, welcome to my channel The Cloud Box, and this is the next video inside the Databricks playlist. And in this video we are going to discuss about what is a SCD. That means what is a slowly changing dimension. Okay, so before I start this video, let me quickly show my channel. The channel name is The Cloud Box, and here you will find video related to the Azure data engineering, or basically I cover most of the topic from the Azure data engineering. You can say PySpark, Python, SQL, Databricks, Azure Data Factory, Azure DevOps, and so on. If you are a newcomer, if you want to upskill yourself into Azure Data Engineering space, let's go ahead, check out my channel, do subscribe. You will find so many videos on that, so you can start your journey with Azure Data Engineering. Just addition to that, I not only upload video related to the fundamental concept, I also upload video related to the interview questions which is getting asked in product based, service based, as well as the big four interviews. Okay, so before wasting any further time, let's go and understand what is the ACD basically. So the moment you see slowly changing dimensions, something it comes to mind, something is getting changed into the dimension, but not so fast. It is basically into a slow intervals. Okay, so let's understand we have a tables and that table kind of two types, right? Say one is table that is a static table. In that table there is no change at all is happening. Okay, and there is one table that change is happening on the few intervals, or let's say on the regular intervals, or the changes is happening very slowly. Okay, so if record is getting updated, inserted, some change is happening to that tables, right? So that we say change is happening and not so fast, not so slow. So we just consider it change is happening very slowly. That is a slowly changing dimensions. Okay, you understood, right? So some history is getting updated, some new record is getting inserted. So we say is basically this table is ACD. So there are few types. So we are going to discuss one by one each. So first come is like ACD 0. What is ACD 0? The moment you see 0, right? So it means there is no ACD at all, right? There is no change is happening, right? That we say ACD 0, but we have to define it, right? So it means if you see ACD refers no update of existing record. It means there is a table and there is no update is happening. It means the same record is not getting updated. If, rather than the new record is getting inserted. So this type of table we say this is ACD 0. It means the table which has ACD 0, this table will not allow any update at all. It will only allow to insert new record. There are the few use cases why this table we use it. So let's say some of the privacy concern, this will mark any row level security that row you cannot update at all. Okay, so in that table we will implement ACD 0. Next comes to ACD 1. What is ACD 1? Okay, so if you talk about ACD 1, it will update as well, it will insert as well, but it will not maintain the history. What I mean, okay, so let's understand this. Let's say there is one record, okay, which got inserted and the same record is getting updated. Okay, it's simply going to override the existing record. Okay, and it's going to insert the new set of record. Okay, so that is SCD1. It means it is going to override the existing chains and it is going to insert a new record, but it will not maintain the history like that the previous record when it got updated, when it got expired. This kind of history it is not going to maintain in SCD1. What is SCD2? Unlike the SCD1, it is going to maintain the history as well. Let's say one record got updated, so it's going to maintain the history. Okay, what was the previous time it got inserted, till which time it got valid, and then the new record came. So what is the new updated date and how long it will be valid? And also sometimes we set a flag indicator also whether this is active record or not. Okay, so in SCD2, in simple terms, it insert the new record and it updates the existing record, but for the updated record it maintains the history. It means in terms of it creates a start date, end date column, something like that. It's maintain the history, like it creates basically the validity of those records. Okay, and also it's marked like whether this record is active or not. So obviously for the latest record, it mark as active record, and for the previous record, it's expired that record, right? Then what is SCD3? This is not mostly commonly used SCD, but we have to understand like what is SCD3. So it also meant, like if you talk about SCD3, it doesn't maintain the history in terms of the expiry date or the indicator columns. All the indicator it may have, but like it doesn't create a end date or something like that. Rather than what it does, it's create a new column for the updated record. Let's say there is a record inserted and the same record got updated. So let's say there is a salary of 40,000, and for the same record it got updated salary to 50,000. So what it will do, it will create a new column for that record, and it will say like what was the old value and what is the new value. So old value it will keep 30,000 and the new value it will keep 40,000. That is a SCD3, and it is not mostly commonly used. Mostly in the project we use SCD1 and SCD2, and by default, like if there is truncate and load table, like there is a history load, and where only append is happening, no update is happening, we can say that is a SCD0. Hope you understood it. If you want more clarity, you can always go ahead and do your own research. It will always give you advantage. Okay, I just try to cover it from my side. Let's go ahead and understand. I have created one Excel sheet also to understand more. Okay, so here we can see we have something called bronze data. Bronze data is basically raw data, or you can say staging data. So in that, this record is coming from another source system, you can say. Let's say this record is coming from on-prem, or this record is coming from any other source system, Oracle, SQL Server, anything it can be. So we have to migrate it to Databricks. Okay, so this record is a bronze data. Bronze data, it means the as it is data is going to land into the bronze layer of a Databricks, or is ADLS layer, or if you're using Azure storage, right? So this record is an employee record. We'll have employee ID, employee name, a designation of employee, and salary. Okay, so we have a two employee 1 and 2. Name is Alex Tom, designation consultant, senior consultant. Salary is $100,000 and $120,000, something like that. Okay, and we have another table that is a dim table, you can say, or it's a silver table. From bronze table we have to take that data as it is to silver table. Okay, that is a first use case. Okay, the another case use case b, let's say there is a new record is inserted into the silver layer. Okay, no, it is into the bronze layer, that is Jack, designation analyst, salary is $60,000, and the previous record Alex, whose designation is consultant, salary just got updated to $110,000. Okay, so we have to implement the SCD from SCD1 from bronze to silver layer. So in that way we are going to do our practical. Hope you understand the question. So let's go and create this two table first, and then insert these two value to the bronze, and then we will implement our use case. Okay, let's go ahead and quickly open the Databricks. I have already my Databricks cluster up and running, so you can go ahead and do that. If you do not want to do the SCD type 1 and 2 to Databricks, probably you can use any of the SQL editor, MySQL server, or anything. You can use that. I am also using the basically Azure Data Studio, basically Azure SQL, that also you can use that. So for that I have created a syntax already. So you can see that is create or replace table name, and we will define the schema here, and we will provide the delta format using delta, and we'll provide the location. So in that way we create a delta table in Databricks. Any table, basically the table which we create in the Databricks, that is basically a delta table itself. Let's go ahead and run that. Fine. Now, in the similar way, we have to create a silver table also. That is the dim table which we have to create. So let's change the name. And in the dim table, you see, right, not only have to insert it, also we have to make a updated date or inserted date, anything, right? So what we can do, we can create a new columns as well apart from these same records, and we have to update the or insert the date on that the record is getting inserted to silver table. Let's go ahead and try to replicate that. So here we need to create one more column, that is the updated date, right? Updated date, and we will make a date format, and that is the table name one, delta merge, and that is the merge to be I'll give. Let's go ahead and run that. Fine, everything is sorted. Let's go ahead and see whether our data is coming or not. Employee dim. Let's go ahead and do that. We can see there is no data, and similar for bronze also we can see. So if you see for bronze also, we will see no data is coming, right? Uh, have we see the updated date column in dim? Let me go ahead and check that. Yeah, we can see that. Fine, till we are good, right? Let me go ahead and insert some value to the bronze table. So we will follow the simple SQL syntax, insert into, and then we will write values, and here we will paste the value. So we need to insert these two guys, right, to the bronze table. So I'll copy them and I'll paste it, and then I will adjust with the comma and whatever I want to do that. Okay. So let max alex into the varchar or a string, and 1 second, it will not take much time, but yeah, some time it is going to take. Did I miss anything? Okay, for alex I didn't put a string code. Now this close this guy, and then comma, and let me copy this, and I'll change the name. This will be 2, this will be Tom, I believe, and he's senior consultant, and the salary would be 120, and I'll remove it, and remove the comma as well. Let me go ahead and check. Tom, senior consultant, 120. Uh, insert into values, right? Sorry, insert into, then we have to take the table name also. So my bad. Okay, now go ahead and run that. We are able to insert some value to it. We can see number of affected rows 2, inserted rows 2, and we can see in the employee bronze table we have record got inserted. Boom. So we are able to see that our record got inserted. So first thing, we got the same data which we are able to replicate in the bronze table. Now we have to do the history migration of this bronze table to the silver table, okay, of the Databricks. So how we can do that? So same sort of record we need to insert into the silver table or the dim table. Okay, so what I can do, it's the same thing, right? Insert into which table now? Now which table? We have to insert into the dim table, right? We have to insert into the dim table. Go ahead and do that. But from where? All the records from this bronze table, right? So we can do select star from which table? Employee bronze, and let makes a generic query. Here you can do the joining condition where id equal to id, something like that, it will work. But let's say for the next time I only want to insert those record which is new, right, or which is updated, right? So in that way, how I can do that? Where, let's say employee id not in, select again employee id from bronze, right? Not so sorry, dim, right? I believe I need to insert into employee dim table from this where employee ID. Okay, so you understand this query first. So I need to insert all the records based on employee ID which are not present in employee dim table. Understood? Right? You have to insert all those records from the employee dim table, I mean from the bronze table into the dim table on basis of employee ID. Understood? So now, if we do that, but apart from that, we have to also include that updated date, right? We have to also include the updated date column. So we are missing, instead of a star, just try to avoid a star. You take this, like, you just take all the columns. Uh, for the better practice, we shouldn't include star, we should include the this thing, right? And now if you see the updated date also we have to include. So updated date is basically on the day the record is getting inserted. Okay, so and now we are making in a sequence. So employee ID is going to map with employee column, employee name, designation, and salary. And if you are rearranging it, so make sure you include the column name, then value, then we insert. In that way, you can do that. So current date is going to insert, take the today's date. This is the inbuilt function of Databricks. Just let's go ahead and run that. We can see two rows inserted, two rows affected. Okay, so affected rows two, and what was the operation that was insert? Let me go ahead and check that in the team table, right? We can see the same record got replicated to our silver table, team table, and on the date 28, just we have taken that current date and it's going to map into the updated date, right? Fine. Now, the third case, this guy come Jack analyst, and this with the $60,000, and with Alex we have updated with 100 to $110,000. So we have three things coming. For Alex, there is update in the record in the salary, and for the Tom there is no update at all, right? Everything is same, but for Jack there is a new insert. So for this silver table, I mean, this bronze table got the insert, update, and ignore all three cases. So that we have to replicate. And now we will perform SCD1 in silver table and we'll see how we are going to do that, right? So first go and copy this Jack, right? And there is insert query, right? So let's go ahead and take it. But before, guys, before that, we need to follow something else. But I'll tell you what we need to follow. Obviously, the ID would be 3 and Jack. Uh, so Jack, right? So, but we see the bronze table is SCD 0, okay? Because there is no update is allowed. Because Alex, we are updating the record. It is 120, 100 to 110 we are saying, right? But this is SCD 0 and this is a static table. So update is not allowed at all. So how it can update it, right? So this is the truncate and load. In the project, you will see many times this table is truncate and load, truncate and load. So what does it mean basically? So truncate and load is like if there is a single update also, we need to truncate all the data. Then we have to insert all the records with updated value. So let's say Alex, you are updating it 110, it will treat as a inserted record, as a new record only. Every time, every update is happening, it's an insert, not update. So, so in a similar way, we have to implement that. So, so we need to use, we have to truncate the table, employee count. Okay. Okay. We have truncated the data. Now, if we are going to check that employee bronze table, we will see no records. Now we have again, we have to insert it. So if we are going to insert it, so we go 3 row got affected, that is, and this is basically insert. And if we go ahead and check it, so we can see our 3 record got inserted. So Alex salary got, okay, my bad. Its salary should update. So let me truncate one more time. And now let mm, increase the salary of Alex and let's insert one more time. uh, again I have inserted for 2. My bad, I need to truncate one more time. I need to truncate one more time. Now here I need to increase it, and right, and if I'll go and check in the query, so now we'll see this Alex salary got increased to 110, then Jack salary, I mean this got inserted. And in the similar way, if we'll see for the dim table, so if we see for the dim table, so if we see for the dim table, so we'll see we have only two record with this date, right? So our case is we have to insert that the third record, that is Jack, with all the new information, and for Alex we have to update the existing record, basically overwrite it, right? That is SCD1. It's going to overwrite, it's not going to maintain the history. So if you update the Alex, so we will not see what was the previous salary of Alex, right? And it's also going to update the date also, right? So that is SCD1 we are going to implement it. So how we are going to do that? Okay, so in the Databricks we have something called the merge query. Okay, we have something called the merge query. So using the merge query we will use that. Okay, merge into merge into which table? That is the in the target table, right? So target table we will mark as a dim. Okay, make as a dim using which table? That is a source table, right? That is the source table, right? We have to make the condition also, right? On which basis, right? So that is the primary key. We have to compare first. If both are matching, then only we have to do something, right? So we see merge into dim, right? Merge into dim. Sorry, merge into employee dim using this, and we have to take employee ID is equal to bronze dot employee ID, bronze dot employee ID, right? Okay, now we have to pass when matched. I mean, this is the merge query we follow everywhere in SQL. So if you do not know, just go ahead and go do the Google. It's very simple. We have to do the merge. Merge is a single keyword which is applied for doing the incremental load so popularly. Okay, this is alone handle is going to alone handle insert, update, and sometimes the delete in a single part. We do not need to write a separate statement update, delete every time. Okay, when matched, then when matched, then what we have to do? We have to update, right? Update what columns, right? So what we can need to do? I need to keep the dim column of, let's say this is the record. In this record, what things can update it? Employee ID and name, always it will not update, right? What it can update? It can update the designation and the salary, and the update date obviously it can update. So what I can do, I can take the employee name, not employee name, I can take the designation. I can take the designation, dim dot designation equal to bronze dot designation, right? And what the next part? Then dim dot salary. I can simply copy the salary column from here. Dim dot salary equal to bronze dot salary, right? Okay. Then dim dot updated date, dim dot updated date. Here is a catch. So either we can use the current date uh, -1. Okay, I mean we can use the date diff function and we can add the one date, or as of now I can, what I can do, I can hard code it. Basically why I'm doing it, I'm updating the record and it's the same date, that is the 28th December only, and if I do so you will not find any difference in updated date. So because of increase, I am just increasing the day by 1. Okay, so that's why I'm doing it. So if I run it, if I run it, so probably So you can see two rows got updated. So quickly go ahead and it's at 28, 28, right? It should update it and it should insert a new record. So let's no, it's only update for the update we are going doing it. Insert we'll do it later. So we have updated dim, but unfortunately it has updated two records. And why? Because it's changed the date. Although the update has happened only for Alex. So how it done that, we'll analyze it. Insert will do, but we are was first checking for update. Uh, if we see, it's doing the join on the employee ID, then it's coming and it's only comparing, let's say. Here it's taking employee ID from dim table, employee ID from the bronze table. And if it is matching, right, it's simply going all three columns and it's updating. Also, if there is no change also, it is making the change and it's marking that updated date for the today's date, right? I mean the date which you have declared. So we should only consider if seriously if there is any change is happening in these two columns, then only we have to update the date, right? If not, then we shouldn't update, right? So in that case, we have to add one more condition. And the condition would be something like that. Dim salary designation not equal to bronze designation. If it is matching and both are not equal, any of these is not equal, then only you go ahead and update, right? I believe I am making sense. Now, got it? Now, but for do that, again we have to do some big thing. I'll truncate it. Where is trunc? Where is okay for truncate? I need to do the truncate for dim also, right? I need to truncate for dim also. Uh, Now I'll insert for bronze for Alex like there was earlier value, so I need to insert for bronze. Got it. The bronze got inserted. Now I have to insert the same thing. These two records I have to insert that I did in the dim. Fine. Now again I have to go ahead and truncate the bronze. I hope you understood it. I have already done it earlier, so I'm just following the same sequence. Now I have to insert the updated record into the bronze. So that I did. And now our main part will come. Let's go ahead and check the data. So if we see the dim table is this record. And if we go ahead and check the bronze table, so bronze table is this record, right? Alex 110, there's Jack 60. So now go ahead and implement the merge query. If everything is fine, so it should go ahead and run that. So our result should be it should insert a Jack and it's only update the date for sorry, let me go ahead and run it one more time. It was showing the previous output. So it should update the date of Alex and it's insert the Jack. We'll go ahead and check how it is working. Uh, uh, Let me go ahead and run that. Okay. So it is, I mean, not insert, it is only work for update now, right? So we are only checking for update. We'll go in a sequence. So it has successfully updated. We go ahead and if we see, so simply it's Alex record got updated on the 29th. Cool. Now understand how to how it is going to insert, right? When not matched. When not matched, we do not need to specify anything. So simply we need to insert, right? So when not matched, it's very simple. So we'll only take insert here. let's say uh, he'll write then. I mean, this video is taking longer, but I am making sure that you will understand each and everything step by step, and you are not going to face any challenges in your project. Okay. Insert. Now I have to take all the columns. Let's say I have to take all the columns, right? So I need to take employee ID, then I have to take employee name, I have to take designation, I have to take salary, fine, and I have to take updated date, and then simple SQL, right? I have to take values. So values, what would be the value? Value would be value of bronze, right? So simple, and here I'll paste the bronze. It's very simple, guys. Like if I'm doing it, if you follow it, you will understood. And here is a catch, right? Update date is a hard coded as of now, but you can say like you can pass the current date here because in the project, right? Like the record maybe update today, tomorrow, but it will make a common date. But for our understanding only, I just make it like that, right? I have inserted. Now again, I have to do from starting. So I will truncate the bronze. I will truncate the dim, right? I will truncate the dim. I'll go ahead and insert the two record into the bronze, and I will insert those two record into the dim, right? I am really sorry. I guess I did not remove the truncated the dim. Let me truncate the dim. I will truncate. I will insert into the dim now. Now I'll truncate the bronze. I'm going to truncate the bronze. Okay, and I will insert again those the basically three records, and now go ahead and I will insert the three record. Let me quickly go and verify the data also. So I can see inside the dim table we have two records, right? And if I go ahead and check the if I go ahead and check the bronze table, so I can see there are the three records with the latest update. And if we see in the bronze, if we see in the silver table, we have this record, right? So now if we merge, if I run this whole merge query, so probably this should insert a new record and it's update the Alex record with this 29 date. Let's go ahead and run that. If this goes well, then probably we are good. You see, right? Number of affected rows 2, updated 1, deleted 0, inserted 1, right? Go ahead and verify the data. So before we do that, Alex should change to 110. This update date should be 29 and the Jack should insert it. Cool, right? And you can probably do the order by nothing like that. So this consultant got updated with 110 salary. This record updated date got changed to 29. This Tom got untouched, nothing got happened with him, and this Jack analyst got updated with the latest date, right? So that's it for SCD 1, and in the next video I'm going to cover the SCD 2, which is really important, and everywhere we are using SCD 2 most of the most of the dimension tables we are using SCD2, whether it is data warehousing concept, whether it is data engineering concept, everywhere we are using that is SCD2, and really important. Please do subscribe and do like and hit the bell icon so you will get a notification when I upload the SCD2 video. Please do support so I may upload more video related to that. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I really sorry because this video got so long because I have to explain everything from scratch. Thank you so much. Bye.